In this video, I will show you how to do clash review using 3D model viewers. A clash review is a process in which 3D models from various project disciplines are combined, and using different methods, design errors are identified. So checking can also be performed on individual models, and essentially this process is quality control of the design, but from a different perspective, or I would say different dimension. So once the issues are identified, they can be prioritized and resolved. This activity can be undertaken early in the design phase and actually should be taken early when partially developed models are available, and thus you can prevent time-consuming rework later on. The outcome of this process is a significant reduction or even complete elimination of unexpected and costly errors during construction. So there are multiple methods you can use for clash review and clash finding, but if we talk about the manual method, it involves using a simple model viewer, simple, usually free software, and then employing methods like walkthroughs, sectioning, hiding objects, and then trying to identify any issues. In my opinion, this method is very powerful, but it does not require purchasing expensive software. But since the manual nature of this process, it is prone to errors, since you might miss some clashes simply because you do not see them. That is why in the second video I'll show you how to use automatic methods of finding clashes. In this example I'll show you the three basic methods for clash review using the Autodesk Viewer tool. So the first one, and in my opinion the most powerful one, is the walkthrough. In Autodesk Viewer, it's called the first person, and here on the bottom bar, when you have your model open, you click the first person. It also gives you like a quick manual how to use this tool. And then with a mouse and your keyboard, in my case, I'm going to use the WASD buttons, I can start walking through my building and trying to identify issues. So I'm pressing the left mouse button and then using the keyboard to move through. And the main idea of this process is finding issues just by walking through the building. And here I have identified one issue, and I see the ceiling height is probably needs to be lowered to fit these ducts, or on the opposite, maybe the ducts can be pushed higher above the ceiling so they are not visible. So this process, I just either take manual screenshots using some Windows tools. I can use also the tools available here, like the screenshot tool or the comments tool, and then I can write the issue like this, and then I can share this issue, or I can also export it to a PDF. So this is how essentially the walkthrough method is used. You can also, of course, use tools like the measure tool if you want to double check some distance. But since we're talking about clash review, then we are trying to identify clashes either between different disciplines or between a single discipline like the architecture. The second manual method involves using the sectioning tool. Here on the bottom bar you have this tool called section, and you have the different planes you can choose from or use the box mode. So usually in this process I would create sections from all the planes one by one and just slowly go through and see if there are any issues. So here I see that the view needs to be rotated a bit. And also there are elements like, in this case, the rooms that are not helping me to check the model. I can just simply hide them and then continue the checking. So the idea is that I zoom in some specific areas and slowly create the sections, trying to find different issues. So I see the same issue here regarding the duct going inside the ceilings, below the ceilings. Well, if necessary, I can create additional screenshot here, but I also can check and see that actually there is probably enough space to fit in the duct. So I can also change the comment that the ducts need to be moved up under the ceiling. So usually the sectioning method allows to focus on locations where there is a high density of different objects, and then you can slowly have a look whether there are any issues in these locations. So like here, I see a clash between the wall and the ducts, and I would create a new issue saying that an opening is needed for the ducts. And the final method I would use to find clashes would be just simply hiding objects. So I could just start hiding this roof and then be able to have a view like this and trying to find any issues that might cause any problems later in the construction phase. So these are the three methods you can use for clash finding, clash review, and identifying any major issues in your design during the design phase, starting early on and then not allowing these issues to go unnoticed until the construction phase, which would be really, really costly. Thank you.